Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie. Today I've got a sneak peek for you of Pluto by Trinh from Diamond Art Club. This is one of their new releases this weekend. Thanks to Diamond Art Club for sending this over. I hope this video will help you decide if this kit's going to be on your shopping list for the weekend or your wish list for someday. Now, this is another in a series of images by this artist, one of which I've actually completed in the past. I'll pop a picture up on the screen if you're interested. This is Mercury by Trinh in this planetary series. And you know what? I think with the release of this one, I think there's only one more left in the series that, fingers crossed, we'll hopefully see from Diamond Art Club at some point. But anyway, this is Pluto. And this is going to be a big kit. It's 65 by 97.8 centimeters. I actually don't know off the top of my head if that's the same size as the others in the series, but it might very well be because Diamond Art Club likes to do that and put different images from the same series at the same size point. So I'll have to go double check. We're going to have square diamonds to give us lots of detail because there's a lot going on here. This is the render, by the way. There's kind of a mock-up here on the box. I will also get you a look at the original artwork once we open this up. There will be a little insert there we can see. Now, colors-wise, 48 colors in this one, so not too crazy. We've got 4 fairy dust diamonds and over 100,000 drills total that you're going to be placing. On the back is some information about how to diamond paint. If you are new to the craft, I will have some beginner videos linked below, including a 101, covers all the basics and stuff. And then kit contents, we're going to go through all of that together. And they do put at the end of the box the name and the artwork for the kit. So it's easier to find the kit that you're looking for if you're like me and you've just got kits on kits on kits on shelves. Now, this is what I guess we're soon going to be referring to as a slightly older style of box, because Diamond Art Club has recently been, just like as in last week I got my first one, rolling out kits that instead of it this image being printed on here, it's got like a separate sleeve. Check out my mystery box unboxing from Art by Julia if you want to see that. But this one has the artwork printed directly on the box. Now, by the way, if you're brand new to Diamond Art Club and thinking of making your very first purchase, and if you want to save 20% off that order, I do have a discount code you're welcome to use. That's just my name, Katie, Katie, and the number 20. Now, that is an affiliate code, so I may make a small commission if you choose to use that, and thank you so much in advance if you do. Okay, this is a thick kit. Let's go ahead and take a look at first the toolkit, and then we will take a look and see what our treasure quest card is going to be and see what else was included. So, toolkits. We are going to take a look at this for those of you that are newer to Diamond Art Club and don't necessarily know what their kits come with. I'm riding the struggle bus here. There we go. I like Diamond Art Club's toolkits a lot. I feel like they're a nice step up from your kind of standard run-of-the-mill basic toolkit. They give you what they call a twist and pick pen. It is definitely more ergonomic than a standard pen. It comes preloaded with a clear wax, which you just give this a twist and the wax will start coming out the end like you see there. Now, if you run out of the wax that's in there, twist it the opposite direction, and they actually give you some more of the clear wax you can use to load into there if you want. You can also use this in the multi-placer that's on the end. They give you 4 placers included, and they give you a 7 placer as well. They also give you some of their classic pink heart wax if you preferred that. The placers, the multi-placers do come out. Sometimes they're a little stuck in there. These fit the plastic placers, but also the metal multi-placers that Diamond Art Club sells, so you can swap those in if you like. We have some baggies. You can store some of your leftover diamonds in those. And then finally, we have their trays, which are much bigger than a standard tray. I like how much easier it is to diamond place or multi-place with these diamond painting trays. They also come with a stopper and a sliding lid. It's just a really nice step up and probably my favorite of the different toolkit things that Diamond Art Club has. All right, so that is that. Now let's take a peek at the, oh, there goes my cat. You know how this goes. Let's take a look at what our treasure quest card is going to be, you guys. See what we got. Is that silver? I think we got a silver one. Oh, wait. Yeah, that is silver. Okay, so treasure quest cards. Let me explain. So first, these are a pretty collectible. Got the artwork and the title on here, but they're also part of a secondary rewards program. This is a silver tier card, and there's bronze, silver, gold, and black, with black being the rarest. Bronze is the most common. You're definitely going to get mostly bronze with your kits. But once you get various combinations of these different ranks of cards, you can redeem them for things like a gift card or even a custom diamond painting from Diamond Art Club. Now in here, in the inside of this envelope, there's a few handy things that I want to point out. Specifically, they have the VIP Facebook group, which you can join once you've made your first purchase. We also have the app, which you get 20% off your first app purchase. So lots of discount codes to be found. We have a set of stickers here. There is a look at the original artwork. I feel like Roy Trin's artwork has such a distinct look and vibe to it. The way that the artist uses lighting and does their characters, there's often this glow, this really ethereal, soft feel to them. And I really do enjoy how Diamond Art Club turns these into diamond paintings. They do a great job. Now, these are all individual stickers. I end up using these in my paper logbook once I actually start working on the kit. And then in here, we have a set of pre-cut sticker labels. So the code is going to be the DMC code. It comes from the DMC brand of floss and cross stitch. This is the color code system most diamond painting companies use. Diamond Art Club special drills are at the end. Zia is going to be fairy dust, and that's the only special drill type we have in this kit. And then I just wanted to point out 6000s range colors. Those are actually not DMC color codes. Those are colors that Diamond Art Club has created to fill gaps in the DMC color code system, because there are some color families that are a little bit more limited. And since Diamond Art Club does make all their diamonds in-house, they're able to do things like create colors to fill those gaps, and I feel like only good comes of that. So we had a couple of those in this particular kit. Now this is going to be a big one. Let's take a look and see how well we'll be able to see it. Oh my gosh, yeah, no, this is big. Oh my gosh, look at how good her face looks. Oh my gosh. This is so pretty. And you know what? It just takes me back to working on Mercury in this same image series. It turned out so beautifully, you guys. This is totally going to be similar. But here's a peek at some different parts of the canvas. These really pretty flowers. I don't know, I'm not as familiar with this image series, the inspo, but I don't know if you call that a key or a wand, but that's gorgeous too. Interested to see if there's any special drills in that, probably. All right, that looks really good. If you'd like, go ahead and take a look at the screen. I'll pop up a picture of the whole canvas in frame since we couldn't quite fit it here. This is a big canvas, friends. Like, you're in for a bigger undertaking, but that is gonna make the finished product look so much better. It's going to have so much detail. It's going to be really clear. I think you're going to love it. Now let's take a peek at the branding at the top and all the other features, again, for those of you newer to this company. There's their branding, Do What Makes You Sparkle, Diamond Art Club. We have a canvas material that I personally really do like diamond painting on. It lays flat well and has a good weight to it. It's really soft on the back. And they use a poured glue that is pretty sticky, and they have a perforated plastic cover with these pre-sectioned off areas. The full-size sections are like 4x4 inches or 10x10 centimeters. So if you like having those kind of dedicated areas to work within, you can totally use those. We have a legend at the top left as well as over at the bottom right. Not too many colors in this one, like I said, just 48, which is not overwhelming, I don't think. At the bottom left, we have the thumbnail, the title, the size, and copyright. So this piece is legally licensed from Roy Trin, the artist. That means that Diamond Art Club has the permission of the artist and is compensating them for the use of their artwork. And that is the case for all the kits that they carry. We have their socials and another discount code, and your kit does come with a lifetime warranty. As long as you're the original owner and purchaser of your kit, you're covered under that lifetime warranty, which includes things like if you were to run out of a drill color or otherwise run into any issues with your kit. Now, if this is anything like Mercury, as far as how the image translates to diamond painting form, you're going to have a mix of color blocking and confetti, maybe a little heavier on the confetti side of things. This is an example of color blocking right here. We have a bunch of the same color, a block of that color, if you will. So grab a multi-placer. You'll be able to move through that a little bit more quickly. The opposite of that is confetti. Confetti is where you have lots of color changes in a small area, which you can see in a lot of these areas. You'll see confetti in areas that have a softer rendering or that have a lot of details. So you are going to see some of that in these kits. But yeah, you'll be doing more single placing, probably changing out the color in your tray more often, but the payoff is usually really good. I'm seeing some line blocking, like you'll still be able to multi-place some of these lines kind of in the background and in the sides. So, you know, I think this is going to be a big undertaking, but I don't think it has to be overwhelming. Yeah, I think her face looks really good. And if it looks that good with just looking at the printing of the symbols on the canvas, truly it's only going to look better once you have the actual drill colors down covering the symbols. It's just going to come through even clearer. Yeah, confetti. And I mean, when there's plants, I feel like plants usually means confetti. So there is that too. Let's do a really quick measurement just to confirm we're true to size. We virtually always are with Diamond Art Club and most other companies too, but I like to double check for posterity because every once in a while I will run into just a minor error. So we're at 97 centimeters. We're listed as 97.8. I may have just been off by a little bit. But, and then we've got almost 65 centimeters that way, and we're listed as 65. So, you know what? I give companies across the board a centimeter or two of wiggle room. I'm going to call that true to size. So, yeah, big one. Now, let's take a look at these diamonds. Send some well wishes to me for being able to pack this up after the fact, because this is a thick pack of diamonds for a big kit. It's going to take me a minute, but we're still going to take a look at the colors together. All right, there's our color spread. We're really talking like rich earth tones for this particular artwork. Looks like we're going to start off right off the bat with one of our special drills. So right here we have Z3865. This is a white fairy dust color. Now fairy dust diamonds have a pearlescent sheen. Let me try to get a better look at those. It almost looks like someone brushed a fine glitter coating on the tops of these diamonds and gives them a subtle shimmery effect. I want to say that Mercury was one of the first kits from Diamond Art Club that had fairy dust diamonds, if I'm remembering correctly. And it had just such a pretty effect. They had like, I think like a light brown one that looked so good. So I love that we're keeping with that tradition too of these kits having fairy dust diamonds. A lot of times when you get a Diamond Art Club kit, it will have a variety of other special drill types, like ABs are also really common. But you will sometimes run into kits like this where they've decided that, you know what, really what suits this kit is just, you know, this other kind of special drill alone. Diamond Art Club does hand chart their kits, which means a human being, sometimes multiple human beings, are spending a lot of time with trying to really get you lots of details and a really nice, like, super close rendering to the original artwork. And that includes how they place the special drills too. Speaking of special drills, I have our next two fairy dust colors back to back here. We have Z225, which is a pale pink fairy dust, really subtle shimmer on this one too. And then we have Z834, which is kind of like a chartreuse color, like greenish, yellowish something, like light olive almost. See the shimmer on that one too. So that's, I think we had 4 in total. Let's keep going. I'm sure we'll come across the 4th soon. I'll leave you zoomed in so you can see the colors a little bit. Now you might notice these are not in DMC order. Diamond Art Club puts their diamonds in these strands roughly in order of weight or amount of diamonds. And I feel like that's handy if you kit up into storage containers with multiple sizes of containers, because then you can kind of plan accordingly. Okay, here's our last fairy dust color, Z3776. And you know what? This might very well be the same exact fairy dust color that was in Mercury that I was like, oh yeah, that light brown color, because this looks just like it. It might, you know, be a little bit off, but yeah, this really rich, like light chocolate brown color, Z3776. You can see the fairy dust coating on these a little bit better than the lighter colors too. So those are our special drills, and just kind of get through to the end of these strands here. There's one of our 6000s range colors. You can see there's not a special coating on it or anything. It's just that that shade of gray apparently doesn't exist in the DMC, but by creating it, that lets them match the original artwork. Here's our last little straggler strand here, and then we will take a look together at the canvas to find where our special drills are at. Since this is big, I'm going to take a moment to take a look for where the special drills are off camera. I'll be right back. All right, so just as a refresher, we had the pale pink, the light olive green, the light brown, and the white fairy dust special drill colors. So first things first, that really pale pink color is going to be in a lot of these blossoms that are kind of floating through the air almost, it looks like. And so it's going to give a little bit of a shimmery effect to those. It's also going to be in her staff or wand. It's this lighter color that's going to go all the way on up here. So we are going to have some shimmer in there, which I love to see. The light brown fairy dust. I'm trying to think, how's this coming through on camera? Okay, look down here. It's kind of, if you look where I'm pointing, you see almost look like there's these little plus signs almost. Little symbols down here. Almost looks like a grid. Most of those are going to be that light brown fairy dust color. It's also over here. You can kind of see these little plus signs, these little symbols over here. That's going to be our light brown fairy dust as well. And these blossoms are going to have more of the pale pink fairy dust, as will the little blossoms over here. Now, as we're moving on up, the white that you see right here, this white is going to be the first of our white fairy dust color. And then the light brown fairy dust is going to be in her cloak, kind of running up. It's one of these kind of medium brown tones going up here. And it's also this outline over here. And it's in some of these folds of her cloak here, and a little bit of this outline, a little bit of here on her arms. So some more fairy dust through there. We're continuing to have that light pale pink fairy dust kind of going on up the staff that she's holding as well. And then we're finally getting into some of the light olive green or kind of chartreuse color fairy dust in these light colors in the background, which the background has such a glowy effect that fairy dust seems like it's perfect for those kinds of spots. We also, you can kind of see this little kind of grid going on with these little plus signs again. A lot of those in this area are made up of that light olive green fairy dust color again. These blossoms have a light of the pale pink fairy dust. And then the white that you see in the background behind Pluto's head, this is just color blocked white fairy dust galore, as is this little like halo above her head and some of these little white accents in her hair. There's also some of the pale pink in her hair, just a little bit of extra accents. And then in her eyes, we have a little bit of the pale pink fairy dust as well, and in her earring. As we get up into, you see these white marks in the staff, we have white fairy dust all through these white areas, and then this big white patch is all white fairy dust. There's more of the pale pink fairy dust through these light pink areas here, and then more of this like little grid over here is more of that light olive green chartreuse fairy dust color. You'll also find that in this kind of like grid looking area over here, and then the blossoms over here have a bunch of the pale pink fairy dust in those. One other thing that I noticed that I keep wanting to forget that light brown fairy dust. So there's this kind of this brighter brown color here on the side of her arm and going up into her hand. That's going to be the light brown fairy dust, as is this light brown color kind of behind her staff or wand. I apologize that I don't know which it is. And I think that's it. I think there's probably some other parts of her clothing that had the light brown fairy dust that I missed. But for the most part, I think we found the special drills in this one. I love how we have a lot of them in the background to give it a glow. I also just noticed we have more of that pale chartreuse or olive green fairy dust all the way through these colors kind of going around in the background. So that really is going to help with that glowy effect that we have going on in this particular kit. So as always, I really enjoy Diamond Art Club's special drill placement. I think it's one of their greatest strengths, and I think they do it so well. And for artwork like this that is muted in some more ways and softer in a lot of ways, I really do feel like them sticking with fairy dust on this one is a really beautiful way to go. And yeah, all this glow. That's why we have all those special drills back there. You can kind of see the grid on this one too in the artwork, and it's harder to see down here, but it's there. It's faint, but it's there. So adding just a little bit of sparkle with that fairy dust in those areas is going to be so pretty and help it just stand out just a little bit. Not as much as if it would if it were ABs or like electro or something. Like the subtlety I think is going to match this artwork and the mood of it really well. So first impressions, I think this looks beautiful, and I feel pretty confident in recommending this one to you guys, just specifically because I completed Mercury in this series and was so happy with how it turned out. It's so beautiful. And if you're a collector and have been getting this whole kind of planetary scout series, then I'm sure this is going to be a must-have for you. This is one of my favorites of the images that have come out. I just think that the character, the way the artist depicted this character is really interesting and really cool. And so this is a personal favorite of mine, but I'm curious to hear, are you a collector of these? And are you excited to see that we have another in this series that's come out? I hope this is helpful unboxing for you guys. Let me give you a quick rundown of the details for the release. So the release is happening tomorrow, which is Saturday, November 15th. At 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, if you're in the Diamond or Ruby tier of the rewards program, you get a half an hour early access window starting at 9 a.m. Pacific or 12 p.m. Eastern. So feel free to take advantage of that. You can just be logged into your account. Yeah, I usually say a couple minutes before official release time. And then you can just refresh the new arrivals section as they will populate there automatically. Usually I have checked out before I even get the official email from Diamond Art Club saying, here's your early release link. So just a tip, especially if this is a must-have for you. This again is called Pluto. It's got 48 colors, square drills, 65 by 97.8 centimeters by the fabulous Roy Trinh, and is another in this amazing series of images. So let me know, you guys, what do you think in the comments? Is this one that you like the look of? Is it going to be on your shopping list for tomorrow, on your wish list for someday, or one that you're just going to enjoy vicariously through others that are working on it? Either way, though, like I said, I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe if you want to see more diamond painting videos from me. I'd love to have you here as part of my community. You'll see unboxings and reviews from a variety of different companies here on my channel, and you'll also see weekly whip and chats if you want some company while you're crafting on Monday mornings. And I also just do other diamond painting related stuff here. So I'd love to have you here. Either way, though, I hope you're doing very well and that you have a day and a week that's as wonderful as you are. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.